Nilikuwa na kitaru hapa, nimeuza mchicha, nikauza tukapanda migomba, ukapanda kila kadhalika. Na sisi tunaendelea. Mpaka sasa tunauza miradi mingine hapa ya kuku na tunapeana kwa kina mama kwa vikundi na bado tunaendelea.
Ever since I started this project, every Saturday I take 30 eggs to the hatchery, which means after every 21 days I'm getting chicks on a weekly basis. So every Thursday I'm getting chicks. So once I get my first batch of chicks, I enter them into a mobile app. I have a mobile app that I'm using to manage my batch of chicken. So if you want to get into agriculture as a young person, the #1 capital that you need to have is what we call patience capital. You have to be patient. And in no time, you'll see the benefit. Okay. So my call to the youth is just for them to exercise what we call patience. There are no quick wins in agriculture. You won't plant today and tomorrow you get it. I remember when I started my chicken project, I brought the 2 chicks. I could not believe it that they would be hens one day. But look at me now. If I were to sell those chicken right now, if I were to carve like the grown-ups who are 100 that I know are grown-ups, I would not miss 100,000 in 2-3 days.
Good people, good world, good farmers. You have just heard that tone. Now, when that music fades, remember it's just a new episode is about to start here at Untold Farming segment. Now, the story I'm about to tell you here is equally a very, very interesting story you cannot afford to miss. Just inside this gate here lies a very unique project, and I'm sure you will really like it. So before we do that, however, a big percentage of you guys, almost 80 to 90% watching us, have not subscribed to this channel. Kindly do me a big favor, please, to make sure that this message reaches home, people know about agriculture and food security. Kindly just subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification button on, and there you are. You will be notified of any new episode that is premiering at Untold Farming segment, and you will enjoy. We have so many interesting stories there. You can watch very interactive sessions with farmers, with stakeholders, with the experts in the agriculture sector. Everything is found inside that channel. So it's an opportunity for you to learn. Remember, the essence of this channel is to educate, to make sure you know something about agriculture. And you never know, through this channel, you can get more tips on how to expand your agriculture, your farms, the more expertise you can do to enable that you also have enough growth as an insurance to food security. So we'll be talking to a farmer here, and rest assured, this episode you will love it, because I've just been to that farm and you can attest it's something that's very, very unique, and people do these things here. My name is Kazungu Samuel, and I'm coming to you from Rojo Village here in Kilifi County, County 003 at the Kenyan coast. I would also want to thank all those watching us from all over the world, the people in our diaspora. That's you guys mnafanya kitu poa sana. I'm very, very happy that you are part of this program. I enjoy your engagement more often. Those from Zambia, those from the US, those from France, and all those from Germany, Rwanda, Ghana, all over the continent of Africa. I'm happy that you are all now tuned to Untold Farming segment, and you guys just keep that tab. Many things are coming here. Let's just go in and see what this farmer has for us today. Asanteni sana and welcome. This is the owner of this farm here. He will introduce himself. Tumjua anaitwa nani? Angalia kamera.
Hello, kwa majina mimi naitwa Jonathan Mativo. Mimi ndio mwenye hii shamba ya kuku na mambo mengine hapa Kibarani, Kilifi.
Thank you sana Mr. Mativo. So Mr. Mativo is the owner of this. He's carrying a very unique project here, And basically, not alone here, this project has impacted on the community. There's a supply chain concerning whatever he does here. So in a moment we'll be in one of the areas. He will just show us. He'll take us through this farm. We see what happens here, and then of course we'll go to the other sections where he has also invested in this project, but touching mainly on the community and their welfare. So it's a very, very unique project here we're about to hear, and the story also itself is a unique story. So remain there for this story. It's a very interesting. I think I told you that this is going to be a very, very interesting interview today. So don't miss out.
Well, so as I said, my name is Jonathan Mativo. By training, I'm a computer scientist. But with time, now I've moved into what we call social entrepreneurship, where I'm looking at a problem that is in the community and then coming up with a solution. As a social entrepreneur, my work is to look at a social problem that is affecting people in the society and then develop a solution for it. And so when I came to Kibarani, I realized that one, it was very difficult for me to get a local chicken, or what we call kuku kienyeji. So every time I wanted the chicken, I would go deeper and deeper into the rural areas. But so realizing that it was very difficult to get a local chicken. And you know, the good thing with local chicken, they have a very unique taste that everyone wants. I realized that well, where I come from, in the eastern part of Kenya, chicken are actually kept by everyone. But I realized that it was not the norm here. So I decided to come up with a solution, and my solution has been very simple. So I got a pure breed of kienyeji that I keep in my house. So currently I have 20, out of which 16 are laying. And then we have 4 good cocks. So I'm always assured of fertilized eggs. So every week, as I continue eating my eggs in the house, we get 30 eggs on average every week. So every Saturday, I get these eggs, a tray of eggs, to an archery. And this is the archery that is being run by a local woman here in Kibarani. So the eggs would stay there for 21 days. And so what I'm doing, ever since I started this project, every Saturday, I take 30 eggs to the archery, which means after every 21 days, I'm getting chicks on a weekly basis. So every Thursday, I'm getting chicks. So once I get my first batch of chicks, I enter them into a mobile app. I have a mobile app that I'm using to manage my batch of chicken. So I get the number of chicks that are in, and then I'm able to manage mortality rates and all that. Or whenever I reduce any chicken for one reason or the other, then I'm able to do that. So the chicks would stay in my house for 1 week. And then remember, the following week I'll be getting a new batch. So once the new batch comes, the old batch moves into my sender here. And you'll see when you get inside, the sender here has several compartments. So we have, once the chicken come, we look at when they are L. If we realize that some of the chicks have an issue with health, so we have actually what we call our admission ward, where we can keep them and monitor them quite closely. There are also those chickens that have some disability or deformity in one way or the other, and I'm sure you're going to see them. We have quite a number here that have, like this one here, has some disability. So
Conan.
yeah, so you realize that the leg here has a problem. So we won't kill this, but we ensure that we also take care of them. So when they come, We put them in the different compartments and then keep on rearing them. So when we were starting, I didn't know how the program would progress.
Yeah.
So everything has just been growing organically. So I realized that the chicken were growing very fast and the numbers were huge. And so the question was now, how could I bring in now the community to be a part of this? So immediately I realized that, of course, you cannot take chicken to people and give them for free. So what we did, we established another center where we've constructed a similar house. And then in this center, we bring now people to come and learn how to do chicken. So every month we are taking 20 chicks from here to the aggregation center. And my plan is that I'll continue doing that up to the 5th month. So by the 5th month, we should be having 100 chicken, which means on the 6th month, my first batch will start laying eggs. And of course, doing on approximation, I'm looking at 80% of the batch being hens for laying, and then the rest will be cocks.
Okay, so maybe by doing this, what is the end game? Whom do you expect to be the beneficiary of such a very, very unique project? It's one of its kind. I've never heard about it. Tell us about the end game now. What's your plan for the community in this project?
So 2 things. One, I want to ensure that everyone in Kibarani ward is keeping the local chicken. 1, because of their taste. 2, because of they are not prone to diseases like these other types of chicken. And then number 3, I'm looking at starting a chicken market. But right now, I'm not looking at selling the chicken. I'm looking at something similar to a program I saw in Jinja in Uganda, where along the road you find women who are roasting chicken, and cars will stop by and buy chicken. And the reason for this, again, I'm looking at, when you go to places like Meru, Mount Kenya, and other areas, you find that they have their cash crops. Here at the coasts, of course, we've been talking about cashew, but where is it? How about if we made chicken to be our next cash crop? That is my end game. Yeah.
Maybe some people would ask, some of these projects are capital intense. You need a lot of capital maybe to start. Just give us an overview. How much has it cost you to come up with such a project? And also, what motivated you to make sure that the community in Kibarani now benefit from this project?
Good. So the major capital expense in this project is the construction of a good poultry house. And if you look at it, I've used local material. All these poles, I got them from the communities here. So I got it locally too, and then of course buying the mabatis and all that. So that is the initial cost. Then the rest of the cost is just the chicken themselves. And as I said, every home that you go to, in actually Africa, you'll find a local chicken. So it's just a matter of getting 1 or 2, they will start laying eggs, and then you grow organically. Yeah. The other thing is about the passion for me to do this. I don't come from Kibarani. Originally, I'm not a Kibaranian. I'm not a Kilifian, but I've been here for the last 20 years. I have a son and I have a daughter. And the question is, for the next 30 years, when I'll be an old man, what will I show for my legacy? And one of my legacies that I want to show is that I want to see women, young people who are empowered economically to be able to make money using locally available things like just the chicken. Yeah.
But maybe one of the, because I've been talking to many poultry farmers, and one of the biggest challenges maybe market, the availability of market. You are saying that at least you have been empowering these farmers at your own personal level. Where's the market?
Well, so as I said when I was starting, when you go out looking for this local chicken, you hardly get them. Here in Kilifi, the number of chicken that have been slaughtered in the different hotels, actually the Kilifi market or the Kilifi people cannot sustain the market. So the market is there. Number two, these are also like pets. If someone would get them as pets for their compounds. So I would say that market would not be a big deal. And then again, this chicken, the lifespan before they die, if they were to die naturally, you would take almost 3 to 4 years. So again, within those that particular time, you'll have already sold your chicken. But what we are doing ideally is we have an aggregation center whereby once we support our farmers, instead of them going to look for the market themselves, then they bring them to our aggregation center. We buy the chicken ourselves. Then with the numbers now, because in the next 1 year, we should be talking of like 200 to 500 cocks. So if we go to the market with that type of a number, then it means we can easily connect to the good market. So that is the concept that we're using. We aggregate from the farmers and then we get to approach the market. Okay. Yes.
So what you're telling me is that there's a readily available market for the chicken, and maybe you tell us how many farmers are you targeting to impact on this?
So yeah, so one, as I've said, there is market for the chicken, and then again, you know, my dream is to talk of over 5,000 to 10,000 chicken in Kibarani. So currently we have already established the aggregation center and we have started giving chicken to 10 women. So far every 2 weeks we give 5 chicks to a woman. And then our aggregation center, as I said, is also accumulating another 20 every week, every month. So my end game is to see over 100 farmers or 200 farmers doing this with an average of 50 to 100 chicken per farmer. Yeah.
Maybe tell us about training and vaccination for these birds, because I think that's also another very, very risky areas where we have many mortality for birds like this. Maybe apart from supporting these farmers, do you offer training? And then on terms of vaccination, how difficult is it maybe to carry out that?
Good. So as I said, our aggregation center is also a training center. So we bring our farmers there, they sit there just 2 to 3 hours, they see what we are doing. And then in terms of vaccination, you know, this local chicken, they're not like the broilers and the layers that are being kept. So as I say, they're susceptible to diseases. But what we do, we don't take risk. So we have a schedule, a regular schedule of ensuring that they are vaccinated, mainly against coccidiosis. So we've already established a supplier who is giving us a good and certified drugs for that. And so we give once we start doing that, we do it for all our farmers. And then there are those farmers who do not have the basic inputs, although we are saying that the kienyeji they can go scavenging on themselves, but they also need some feeds. So we also support them with feeds. And then once we sell, then what we do, we would deduct the cost of the inputs that we gave to them, and then they get the profit from that. Yes.
Maybe our viewers would like to know, because this channel is also about learning. Maybe if we wanted to start a poultry project like this one, can you just, for the best of our viewers, give us the do's and don'ts?
Good. So number one, I would really want to caution people that this is not an expensive venture. You know, when I was growing up, we would sleep, and under the bed we had our chicken there. They were there. So I would say the do's are more. Number one, ensure that you get a breed that you know about. So you are sure that it is not it is not infected, especially when you want to add a flock. I've seen people go to buy chicken from everywhere, and then they just come and add it into to be part of their flock. So that one, if it comes with any disease, so you can be sure your entire flock will be infected. And for us, what we've ensured is that we know the source of our eggs, we know the quality of our eggs. Where we do our hatching, we ensure that no contamination or no mix-up of eggs. So the chicks that we get here, we have a good track record of their health. I would say the don'ts is we tried changing feeds from one company to another, and we realized that the chicken didn't want it. It's just like our children. When you teach them how to do Weetabix and all of a sudden you bring oats, they say no. So I think one of the things is just to ensure that you are consistent with what you feed in them. Yeah. And then the other don't is don't always keep on caging them. Give them an opportunity to roam around. And it's what you are seeing. Like if you look at them now, they look quite excited.
So this is free range?
Free range, it's purely free range. Okay. So in however much we want to say that we have caged them, but we also give them the opportunity to roam around and scavenge.
If you are giving them the opportunity, are you not afraid of diseases maybe?
Yeah, so in the area, this place, it's all well bordered, so we are sure that nothing will come in, or any foreign chicken that can come in. But of course, as I said, we have a regular check to ensure that we keep on vaccinating them and giving out drugs whenever required. And then the other thing is always keep on looking at how active they are. So like if they, like this, you just come and get them swayed just to be sure that they are all active. Yeah, if one is not active, as I said, we isolate them in the isolation chamber, monitor them, and then reintegrate them immediately after. Yes.
So if we talk maybe about maybe the benefits of this, do you count on monetary benefits, or your benefit is how it has impacted on the community?
I think for me, as I said, being a social entrepreneur, it's not about how much I will get from this, but more on how much the community can generate out of this. Because the truth is, if I wanted to buy a chicken, personally, I can go out there. I should not even be laboring myself with this, because I can easily buy chicken out there. But when I meet or I see a farmer that I've supported benefiting from this project, that is where I derive my pleasure. Yes. So my dream is to see this project grow into a cash. It's like a cash crop for Kibarani. I want to see women getting out there on a daily basis to sell chicken, to sell roasted meat, to get these feathers and do some cushions and all that. Get the bones once we slaughter them, and do dog meals. I'm looking at a chain, a value chain. Okay. How it looks like, I can tell you for now, I'm just doing it. And I want the women to do it. Once we get there, then we'll see what comes out of
the bridge there.
Yes.
Tavuka bridge mkifika pale. Asante sana. Quite a very, very good dream of hope from Mr. Mativo here in Kibarani, and you can see the passion. He talks with passion about how this project will really assist the people of Kibarani, not really on monetary values, but to build their socio-economic programs.
So I would say in the year 2024, last year, I chose to start a very unique project where I decided to plant a tree every day. And so for me, my inspiration was to keep on greening planet Earth. So every day I would plant a tree. And a tree to me was anything that was green. And so as I was planting different varieties of fruit trees and all that, I decided to also venture into the banana value chain. And so one of the unique things is that in my farm here I have about 20 different breeds of bananas, all from different locations. And the most exciting thing about this particular banana here, this is what we call the tissue culture bananas that are mainly found in, I remember the first research was done in Jomo Kenyatta University, but I got them from Mtwapa, the agricultural center in Mtwapa. So this was planted last year, and as you can see, it's already producing beautiful bananas. And as I said, for me, I've not just been focused on the product itself, but I've been focusing on the value chain. So other than getting these, we keep on pruning our bananas. And so the banana leaves that we get from here, if you look at our store inside here, we keep them there. And you might not believe it, but these are construction materials. We have
the banana leaves?
The banana leaves. Oh. We have very nice eco rooms that we've constructed using banana leaves. So when you get inside that, it's quite cool and exciting. Again, the stalks of the bananas, when you get the inner part, the core of the stem, it's chicken feed. Okay. So nothing goes to waste here. Okay. We ensure that we're using the entire part of the bananas. Again, these banana leaves, the stalks, from the stalks, once you get the fiber, it's very good for doing ropes. So we have quite a number of ropes that we've done, and we use these to make carpets. We've done that. We've made some very nice flower faces using the fiber from the banana stalks. Okay. The other thing that we've done is we realized that, tree planting. When you go around, you find people have their seedlings in plastic bottles. So for us, we don't go for that. Once we start doing our nursery, maybe you'd see on the other side, we get the banana leaves, we weave them pretty well, put soil, and then grow our tree, our seedling on top of it. So whenever you get your seedling to go and plant, you don't remove anything. You just do your all and put it inside. So as it is rotting, one, it is absorbing water pretty well, and then of course it is like manure. Okay. Yes.
So maybe apart from the bananas, what other crop are you planting in this farm?
Oh, we have a number of guavas, and maybe I could go and show you a guava tree that we planted last year, and it is already fruiting. Okay. And most likely we'll be getting an opportunity to taste. So this was part of the trees that I planted. And as I said, I'm looking at trees that have some value behind them. So fruit trees. And the reason why I planted guavas is because from history, when I was growing up, whenever we came from school, we used to be very hungry. But along the way, the thing that would quench our anger was guavas. So a guava like this would actually substitute for some lunch. And so growing later, I came to realize that a guava can do very nice, a very nutritional juice. Actually, it's a very nutritious fruit. If you do its research, even the leaves themselves, if you have some stomach upset, all you need is that to get the leaves, smash them and drink that, and it disappears immediately. Or even when you are diarrheaing, it's a very good medicinal plant. So when I did this, my inspiration or my motivation was within that. How do I ensure that my shamba, well, of course it's well greened, because if you do an aerial shot of my small farm here, it's well covered. So when we talk of things to do with the climate change and all that, I think I'm one of the biggest people who are supporting that.
Okay. Now, just tell us about maybe how many trees do you have for the guava, and then now you have talked about climate change. It's a phenomenon that is affecting the whole world. Today you have drought, tomorrow you have floods, and availability of water is very important in as far as agriculture is concerned. Tell us about your venture here. Where do you get water? How do you do your crops here? How do you water your crops?
Good. So I've planted I think 12 of these, and these are different varieties. Like this one, it's a white guava, very sweet inside. Then on matters climate change, I believe that planet Earth should be cool. Even when we are here, if you go out of this compound, you realize the sun is hitting quite hard. But inside here, you have some very nice breeze. In fact, sometimes when I want to wind up, I would come and sit here and do my personal devotions from this. So it's actually cooling the earth. Then in terms of source of water, we've dug a borehole. So what we're doing, we're getting our water from the bore. We are able to irrigate or to ensure that our vegetation here is well watered. We're now going green, so we just got a solar pump for the ball so that we make use of the nice sunlight that we have to ensure that we also have a continuous supply of water. And then the water is not only for our use, but we also give it to the community. So every evening or every time, you'd see women coming in to fetch some water. And that is why we also want to go green to ensure that the cost of electricity is brought down to almost zero. Yeah.
We have just met one of the employees in this farm and atatuongelesha tu majina yake, atuambie amekaa hapa kwa muda gani na amenufaika vipi na mradi huu wa kilimo na ufugaji unaoendelea hapa. So tutaanza kwa majina yako ukiangalia kamera.
Mimi naitwa Sikubali Katana Baya, Numba ya Ngwaro, na niko hapa na mzee Mativo miaka 8 hii ambayo tumeongelesha hapa. Na tulikuwa na kitaru hapa, nimeuza mchicha, nikauza tukapanda migomba, ukapanda kila kadhalika. Na sisi tunaendelea. Mpaka sasa tunauza miradi mingine hapa ya kuku na tunapeana kwa kina mama kwa vikundi na bado tunaendelea. Na bado niko na mkomo hapa mzee Mativo, na tuna miradi ambayo tunaendelea nayo, hata mingine wacha ya kuku, hata mingine ambayo tunaendelea nayo, tuko nayo kwa kiroho na tunaipanua. Na hapa tunafunza paka watoto wa shule kuweka ties na manaendelea kujifunza. Na sisi ni bado na mzee Mativo hapa. Na kile kichache ambao napata hapa, napata riziki mzee wangu. Nashukuru.
Labda utuambie wewe jukumu lako kubwa hasa hapa ni nini ukiwa hapa?
Jukumu langu hapa, mimi nataka niendelee na mzee Mativo hapa kabisa. Paka nizeeke na yeye azeeke.
Labda mapato ama kipato unachopata hapa kinakusaidia vipi kuendeleza maisha yako?
Nashukuru kipato cha hapa, mimi na watoto 3 wasichana na wote wamemaliza form 4, hata mmoja yuko Ulaya, hata mwingine yuko Nairobi, mwingine yuko hapa Sanzu, na wote wamemaliza kisomo kwa ajili ya hapa, kwa hii kipato ambacho napata hapa.
Kwa hivyo labda uko na mwito gani kwa Wakenya ama watu ambao wanakutazama?
Nataka hata hivi tayari na jiko pale ambapo nataka kulitengeneza, nichukue vijana niwafunze hapa na wajue kupika na wajiendeleze wenyewe.
Na una mwito gani kwa vijana ambao labda hawapendi hizi kazi ambazo wanaona labda ni za kuchokesha? Vijana wanapenda pesa za haraka sana. Una mwito gani kwa vijana kama hawa?
Mimi nawaombea vijana uvumilivu ndo wenyewe. Uvumilivu. Kile kichache ndo kinakuja kikoa kingi.
drives me first, it's a passion for social entrepreneurship. Seeing people solve their problems themselves. Because, you know, in development, if you prescribe a solution to communities and to people, then they might, or there's usually a high likelihood of the solution not being embraced by the communities. So there's something in development we call, or in design we call, human-centered design. And this involves creating a solution with the user in mind. So whenever you creating a solution, be it a development or whatever, you think of the final person. So for me, social entrepreneurship means creating solutions for small people, for people who are unprivileged or underserved communities, but you do it with them and for them. So you don't prescribe it. And so my call to government is to, one, think of small-scale farmers, think of entrepreneurs, because if you want to change this world, it's not by doing everything. It's by doing one thing, perfecting on it, and then scaling it up. A good example would be like what we are doing here. For example, in the poultry program, we are only focused on poultry and poultry and poultry. So through that, we understand in quite a number of things. How do I deal with diseases? How do I deal with the quality of eggs, fertilization, and all that? But you can imagine if I was in poultry, I'm in cows, I'm in pigs, and all that, then that turns into a business as opposed to an entrepreneur activity. So, and I will tell government that there is a good opportunity working with small-scale farmers and also working quite closely with entrepreneurs. If I were asked, it is entrepreneurs who will change this world. Because what do? They tackle one problem, one solution, and then they give impact for that particular solution. Now, if governments could look at such entrepreneurial activities, bring them together into programs, then I think we would move very fast. And the beauty of government is that it facilitates development. It grows, it helps in scaling up. So if for me, I'm doing just a small bit that I'm doing, and I'm changing the lives of farmers, a small number of farmers, then how about if government came in and said, oh, we are going to change the entire region by doing poultry. So for example, Kibarani ward, we want to do 50,000 chicken. Do you know, for government that is achievable, and it's something that would really change the lives of people. Yeah.
Do you think there's money in agriculture, and in 2 to 3 years' time, where do we expect to see Mr. Mativo in this sector?
I would say number one, if you want money that is not regulated, then go into the agricultural business. Because number one, you know, even these maize that I'm growing here, once I harvest, I decide how much I want to sell my maize. Once I do my chicken, when I have that beautiful cock, in fact it's a handsome cock, once I get to the market, I'm the one who defines how much I want to sell it. So most of the products in agriculture, no one regulates the price for small-scale farmers. So this is the place to be. This is where you get the money that you want. And if people don't use it, think of value addition. So in agriculture, there is money, to speak the truth. And me, I have tested that money. Yeah, it comes bit by bit, but of course, Waswahili walisema kidogo kidogo hujaza kibaba. And in any other thing, the same trajectory is it's true. So if you want to get into agriculture as a young person, the number one capital that you need to have is what we call patience capital. You have to be patient. And in no time, you'll see the benefit. Okay. So my call to the youth is just for them to exercise what we call patience, There are no quick wins in agriculture. You won't plant today and tomorrow you get it. I remember when I started my chicken project, I brought the 2 chicks. I could not believe it that they would be hens one day. But look at me now. If I were to sell those chicken right now, if I were to carve like the grown-ups who are 100 that I know are grown-ups, I would not miss 100,000. In 2-3 days, I am sure I have someone who can come for the entire flock tomorrow. So I have over 300,000 that is sleeping there. And it is not unique to me. It can be done by anyone.
There's money in agriculture. There's money in poultry farming. There's money in farming. Agriculture and food security is the next big gold in Kenya and of course around the world. You have heard it from Mr. Mativo, a very, very enterprising farmer here at Kibarani village. I have also been very, very much appreciated by what he has done here. It gives hope. And he had a word for our youth, please just persevere kidogo. Just join agriculture, do agriculture, and money will come to you at whatever cost. My name is Kazungu Samuel, and this has been the Untold Farming segment coming to you from Kibarani village here in Kilifi County at the Kenyan coast. Remember, a big number of you guys watching us have not yet subscribed to this channel. Kindly do me a good favor, just a favor. Go and subscribe to this channel and hit the notification button there, and you will be part of this great team at Untold Farming segment, where we'll be bringing these stories. There are so many stories there. You can just join there, subscribe, just interact with us, share, comment, like, just do whatever with that channel. You will just enjoy there. We have a lot of interviews there, so many interactions with farmers there, but the end goal is to get you informed, get you educated, get you know about agriculture and food security. The stories that are in that channel are purely stories of change. How the community has undertaken agriculture and food security is quite marvelous. Go there for those interesting stories and you will enjoy and enjoy. My name is Kazungu Samuel, and this is the Untold Farming segment coming to you from Kibarani, again in Kilifi County at the Kenyan coast. Bye.